All right, y'all, so I got my potatoes boiling, and I'm gonna start on the meatloaf now. So I'm gonna be using this hamburger meat. I'm gonna put this in my bowl. Ah! I'm gonna season my meat with salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, my usuals. I'm also going to add some of this, which I can't pronounce. All right, so I'm gonna add some of this to my hamburger meat. I'm also going to add in an egg. And I'm going to add some Italian panko breadcrumbs. Smush them up a little bit. I would normally use regular breadcrumbs for this, but this is what I got, so gonna have to do for now. I don't measure anything, by the way, I just kind of wing it, so yeah. So I'm gonna mix it all together and then see if I need to add anything else, because if it's too dry, I'm gonna wanna add more wet ingredients, but we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the Worcestershire. I'm also gonna be adding some of these Italian seasonings. These seasonings are really good and they have a lot of sodium-free options or salt-free options, whatever it is. But they're from Raw Spice Bar. I've been using the spices from this company for a while now, and they're really cool because they come in these little jars. I'm gonna get the lid off somehow, but it's gonna happen. So it looks like this, and they have tons on their website. I'm gonna grab me a little spoon real quick. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Italian seasonings. You can check out Raw Spice Bar in the description down below. They're pretty affordable too, and these little cans come with a lot of the spices in it. So I'm also going to be adding just a little bit of mayonnaise in here. And if you don't like mayonnaise, you can actually add a little bit of sour cream, which I've done before, and it turns out really good, but I don't have sour cream. So we're gonna throw a little mayonnaise in here. Just a little. That wasn't even a full tablespoon. It was just a smidge, okay? Just to add a little bit extra moisture in here so that the meatloaf isn't gonna be too dry. All right, so now that I'm done mixing this all up, I'm gonna have to pick it up with my hands, y'all, okay? But I'm gonna be putting it in my pan. All right, so I'm just going to smush this down, form it into my little pan here, and make a little loaf, a little meatloaf. And voila. So I'm going to cover this with some tin foil, pop it in the oven at 375, and I forget how long I'm supposed to cook it, but I'll figure it out, girl. Okay, so now I'm making my mashed potatoes. I drained my potatoes and I'm gonna add all of my stuff in now. I'm gonna be using this lactose-free half and half for my milk. I'm gonna put a little bit of that. You're about to judge me, but I'm going to use a lot of butter because, I mean, come on. Do I have to give you a reason for using lots of butter? I don't think so. Okay, let's try this one more time. Are we clear? Cool, all right. So, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a half of a stick, but I'm probably gonna add more. So I'm also going to add some salt and just a little bit of garlic powder, just a little bit, and of course pepper. Now I'm actually just gonna mix this first with my mixer, then I'm gonna taste it and see if I need to add more of whatever, which I probably will. I like to add and taste as I go. Go ahead and taste. I definitely need more salt and more butter. Now you know I'm about to add this whole stick of butter up in here. Who am I even trying to fool? Now that is a good mashed potato. Okay, so now I'm going to prepare my salad. Thankfully, the grocery store has already prepared it for me. All I gotta do is throw it in a bowl, mix it around, and enjoy it. So, there you go. Simple, simple. So my meatloaf is still in the oven. My potatoes are done, but I put them back in the pot just in case I need to reheat them. My meatloaf is taking forever. It's been in there a good while. And right before it's like almost done, or I guess kind of when it's done, I'm gonna put some ketchup all over the top. So yeah, I just threw in my croutons. I'm throwing in my cheese now, honey girl. Best salad ever. Look at this big chunk of cheese. Woo! And then Caesar dressing. I'm gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna put it in the ice box so it'll stay chill. And then when everything's ready, we're going to eat every drop of everything. Catch my drift? All right, so the meatloaf is pretty much done, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the ketchup, and we are using Whataburger ketchup. You can use whatever ketchup you like or have, but this is what I'm using, and I'm going to cover the entire top and like smooth it off like a cake with frosting, okay? And then I'm gonna put it back in the oven without the tin foil. So everything is officially done. This is what the meatloaf looks like, the mashed potatoes, Allen salad, and then I just put mine all on one plate. And yeah, I'm gonna dig in now. So in today's video, I'm going to be making Salisbury steak with a side of white rice and possibly a vegetable if Alan wants one. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and the first thing I'm gonna be doing is making my rice. So I'm gonna be cooking my rice in a rice cooker. Just in case you are curious, this is the rice cooker I have. The brand is Chef Style, and it came in this cute little color here, and my mom got it for me. So it has a cook option and a keep warm option, which I think is really nice because after your rice is done cooking and maybe the rest of your food isn't done yet, you can just cut it on warm and then it will keep the rice warm for you. I'm sure that all rice cookers do that, but I just thought it was pretty cool because this is the first rice cooker I've ever had. Another thing I like about this rice cooker is you can put this at the top and you can actually steam vegetables. I've actually made, or not made, they were frozen, but I steamed hot dogs in here and also hot tamales. They were frozen hot tamales. But yeah, so there's a little steamer on there and the other part is a rice cooker. I absolutely love having a rice cooker because I am terrible at making rice without a rice cooker. I always seem to mess it up, but with a rice cooker, it makes it really easy. So I just follow the instructions on the back. It's like 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. So you just dump everything in at once. And for some reason with this rice cooker though, I have to add a little bit extra water. I don't know why, because if not, it ends up like the rice isn't done all the way. But if I add just a little bit more water, then it turns out perfect. All right, so got my water, got my rice, put the lid on, push the button for it to cook, and I'm gonna get that started. And then I'm going to prepare my meat and cut up an onion. And then I also have to make some gravy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never made gravy from scratch before. I always just use a packet because it's simple, but I was like, let me try this out and see if I can do it. So I don't know if it's gonna be a flop or not, but I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, so I'm actually gonna be following a recipe I found online. I've never made this before. I've made something similar where I just make a hamburger patty and throw the packet of gravy on top, you know, something simple. But this recipe is kind of interesting. It calls for ketchup and mustard inside the meat. Normally, I would just do like Worcestershire, whatever you call it, breadcrumbs, egg, and seasonings. But this calls for mustard and ketchup. So, and it also calls for egg yolks. I'm kind of nervous. You know, I'm just gonna get started and I'm gonna wing it. I'm not gonna measure it. I'll share the recipe down below if you guys want to check it out. But I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna throw my breadcrumbs in like I normally would. I'm gonna put my little Worcestershire sauce. Yeah! Dump a little bit of that in. I'm gonna do a little squeeze of mustard. Oh my God. And a squeeze of ketchup. This is so weird. It feels weird. Oh, by the way, I'm using waterproof ketchup. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and throw an egg yolk in. It says 2 egg yolks, but it also says a pound of ground beef, but I don't think I have a pound. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw, oh, no. No. That was nasty. I was trying to catch the yolk and I was like, bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, so then I'm going to throw my seasonings in and I'm gonna mix this all together. This feels funny, but you know what? It might turn out really good. And I might absolutely love it. So yeah, we'll see. Do a little salt, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder. And one thing I'm kind of sad about is I ran out of pepper. Alan likes a lot of pepper on his food. We just won't tell him anything, okay? So I'm gonna mix this all together. I might have to add some more breadcrumbs. I am a terrible person for not measuring stuff, ain't I? I don't know why I do that. I just like to throw things together. It's weird, I know. Need to add some more breadcrumbs. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. This is a terrible video. Cancel me now. Well, y'all still can't see what I'm doing. And I don't have a cameraman to film the food. So, this is what meat mixture is looking like. Like a bunch of zombie brains. I don't know, I think this is gonna turn out good. Meal idea, Salisbury steak. All right, so I'm gonna form me some patties up and then I'm gonna cut up my onion because while these patties is cooking, we're gonna get that gravy going, girl. And this gravy better turn out. It better, or I'm gonna have to go back to packets, okay? All right, so, girl, I'm going to form these meat patties and I'm gonna put them in my pan, and the directions say to brown the patties on both sides and then take them out of the pan to make like the gravy mixture. We'll see how that goes. How do you guys think it's gonna go? Y'all can't answer me right now, but I'm super curious. Y'all's probably watching me right now like, girl, how you even wanna make something you don't know how to make it? Well, there's a first time for everything, right? That's right. Boop. All right, ooh, I got about 4 patties out of this meat. Pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good. Boop, 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 boop. So this recipe also calls for mushrooms, but Alan doesn't like mushrooms, so that won't be happening. But actually, I love mushrooms. I like them raw and cooked, sauteed, fried. I love them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and brown my meat patties on both sides. I'm gonna get me a plate so I can take them out. So for the gravy mixture, we're gonna be using beef broth, cornstarch, my onion, Worcester sauce, and ketchup again. So interesting. I can't believe y'all are still with me. I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy right now. Or hey, this actually might be how you're supposed to make this. So all of you think like nothing. Maybe you don't think anything. I don't know. I've never tried this recipe before. This video is a flop, isn't it? It's possible. It's possible. We'll see though. I mean, this might be the best darn dish I ever made. And guess what? If it is, I'm gonna call the title of this video the best darn dish I ever made. Because you really never know. Okay? These are browned on each side. You know what? I kind of wish I would have added the whole egg. That's what I normally do, but you know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a little butter in here. I'm gonna start sauteing my onion. Can y'all see me? I'm throwing the onions in the pan, okay? Oh, I did a lot of onions. I did an overabundance of onions. That's okay because they're gonna cook down, you know. And it's gonna be good, okay? Saute these just a little bit. Saute them up, girl. Worst cooking video ever. Give this video a thumbs up for my efforts. We're gonna plop in the rest of that butter, okay? I also need to check on my rice. Hey, you can't even see my face. So we're gonna go ahead and add some of this beef broth. If you're gonna follow the recipe, you can go ahead and measure everything and do the right thing, but I'm gonna measure a little bit, but other than that, I'm just gonna wing it. Throw in the beef broth. Put about that much. I'll add more if I need to. I'm gonna throw in a little Worcester sauce here. I'm gonna throw in some of this ketchup. Now this recipe also calls for some fresh parsley, but girl, I ain't got none of that. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this a little bit. So I'm gonna let that cook there for a second. And then in another bowl, I'm going to mix some beef broth and the cornstarch. Now it says to mix this up, whippity whippity, and then slowly add it to your mixture. Mixy, 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 mixy. Ooh, I can hear the judgments all through my screen. Ew, what is wrong with this whisk? It feels so gritty, like. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour this into the pan with my onions. Mix it, pour it, mix it, pour it, mix it, pour it, mix it and pour it, mix it and pour it. Okay, anyways, enough of that. So it says to cook this 3 to 4 minutes. Let me cut on this timer because I don't know what 3 to 4 minutes is. Boop, 4. And then we're going to add in our beef patties back in here. I say I need a little bit more broth in this. That cornstarch got me all thick up. We're gonna simmer it for 15 to 20 minutes, Lord Jesus. Thank God I ain't starving. I'd be very upset. I need some extra seasonings because you just don't ever know what's gonna happen. But at least you know you got them seasonings to cover it up. This looks a little rough. I think I added too much cornstarch, so please follow the instructions, honey. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw my patties up in there and we'll let it cook up. Woo, girl. So, it was muted because Alan was on the phone to his mom. But, what do you think?
Good.
You really like it?
Yeah.
You like the meat?
Yeah.
The gravy?
Yeah.
So this little recipe was a winner then. The whole time I was filming it, I was like, oh my God, I'm messing this up. I don't even know what I'm doing. This thing's gonna be a flop. This is the worst video ever. And I was like, but we'll see. It might be the best thing I've ever made. I don't know. I was just waiting to see if you liked it. So would you say it was pretty darn good?
Yeah.
I slicked my plate.
Is there any more?
Did you just ask if there's any more?
Yeah.
Y'all, this was a winner. Winner, winner. Salisbury steak dinner. So, my camera battery's dying, so I'm probably not gonna be doing any cleaning in this video. I'm gonna show you my mess though, because I do gotta clean that. But I wanted to say, this is the first time in a long time that Alan has asked for seconds on something. Even though I cook his favorites all the time, he usually eats enough and he's like, nah, I don't want any more. He wanted seconds. That boy wanted seconds, okay. So, I feel pretty good about this recipe. Even though I did not measure anything and I was super messy with it. But it still turned out pretty good, so thumbs up. So this is my mess. It's not too bad. It's not gonna take me too long to clean up. I mean, I just gotta, you know, rinse the dishes, load the dishwasher. I'm actually in the middle of unloading the dishwasher. Got lots of dishes in the sink I need to put right in there, and then clean off my countertops and I'll be good to go. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, leave me some comments down below and I'll see you guys later. Bye.